So, hello everyone. Welcome. It's the fun fact of the day. And of course, for the day of all days, we're going to be talking about Star Wars. I'm here with my cousin, Patrick.
Hello.
And he's actually going to be the listener, the learner, the Padawan, per se, of this fun fact of the day. Because he's actually one of the few population, I guess, that hasn't seen Star Wars.
Not anymore, though.
Not anymore, yes.
As of today.
Yeah, we cleansed him.
Broke
the cherry. It was dope. Celebrated.
Chair has been broke.
Yeah. Woke and boked and watched some Star Wars with some blokes. It was pretty nice. How'd you like it?
Thought it was good. Yeah, definitely had some perceptions of it that were just based completely off of assumptions. And,
yeah, well, before today, what was your experience with Star Wars?
I don't know, it just always seemed kind of nerdy to me for some reason. It was just, it's some little space movie. And don't get me wrong, I think space is dope. I even learned about a lot of, space diplomacy related topics, which is a pretty relevant thing that not a lot of people know about.
Yeah, it's a division of, the military now.
Yeah, no, it's a full-on thing that Americans should be concerned about, but that's a topic for another conversation.
That's different sci-fi.
Pretty much we're way too reliant on our satellites. Anyways.
This is after the diplomacy.
Of course, yeah.
This
is literally
Star Wars.
In 100 years, it's about to be going on.
Diplomacy is dead now.
Star Wars are actually
only
about to be going down, though. Anyways, so I love space and everything, but for some reason for starters, I should preface by saying I'm not really a big movie guy. But don't get me wrong, I love my movies. I love the Tarantino movies and.
Weird that you're from Los Angeles, so you're not a movie guy.
I just never really like to take time and just sit there. I get bored, I think, usually.
Gotcha.
But once I really get into a movie, though, I love it. I mess with it. So, I don't know. So, I just never really had the energy to wake up one morning and actually press pause or press start on the Star Wars movie. And it just seemed a little nerdy to me. It seemed like I was too behind. It just didn't really seem like it was worthwhile. So
yeah, and I will say the fan base gets a little aggressive too.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They aren't the most advertising when it comes to
hey, assumptions. That's why it's
check out this cool thing. They were like, you haven't seen Star Wars yet? What the fuck? Are you a noob? It's very, and they wonder why they're virgins.
Yeah.
Oh wow. You still haven't seen Star Wars yet.
I have not.
No, you're not.
Smart man.
You're next, for sure.
Bet.
Even though you've seen Star Wars other things, you're he's one of the weird people that he's seen everything else except for the actual movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I've seen the Star Wars animes with him.
Yeah.
I know I'd have a purple lightsaber.
Yeah, and he has a purple lightsaber. So
there you go.
He's a cultural Star Wars fan.
Wow.
But
checks out.
Yeah, but but now that you've seen it, you've seen it for the first time. I've probably seen it for the 1000th time. It's honestly part of my namesake. That was the first thing I did when I was alive, was just watch Star Wars.
Yeah.
I was born 2 weeks late, and my dad had a lot of time in the waiting room, so he was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this trilogy.
Yeah.
And by the time I came out, he was like, hey, I have a great idea for the name, and here I am. So, any questions or anything? Not about my name, but about Star Wars.
Well, first thing I want to point out was an observation.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I think my favorite part about watching this movie for the first time was finally being able to put a face to these names that I've heard my whole life, but never actually seen them in action before. It was these characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I didn't know who the hell that was. I didn't know who Luke Skywalker was. But, these figures were images in my mind that I knew were out there, that I knew were attached to Star Wars, but I just had no idea what they were. So when finally seeing Luke Skywalker's face for the first time, it was seeing this celebrity, this mysterious character that you'd never even seen before.
Oh, this is the guy.
All of a sudden, oh wow, okay, and but it made sense. It was okay, that's Luke Skywalker. You know what? Yep, Luke Skywalker.
What was your first impressions of Luke Skywalker?
Honestly, his face, he looks kind of like a little baby. I don't know, it seems kind of soft. His face looks a little soft. Yeah. But, I guess he's brave is his sort of thing, was my takeaway. His bravery is kind of his quality.
New Hope is the character arc for him is going from innocence and finding bravery.
Yeah. I don't know. He just seems kind of scrawny to me. I just don't see. I don't know. He seems kind of soft to me for some reason. Nothing to do with his physique or anything. You know, I'm the last
he,
guy to.
He is soft in the first one.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just I just can't see him like taking on Darth Vader or anything like that, or I just can't see him like really just doing too much, man. Like,
yeah, nah, that's he's the only reason why he like was able to achieve what he did in the first film, which was blow up the Death Star, was because he had the help of Obi-Wan Kenobi and like the Force Ghost, and like, you know, use the Force, Luke, and then he clicks the button and it blows up.
Yeah.
But that's kind of more of just like a random dice throw, you know.
Yeah,
He's really good at roulette, but it's you know, it's more about the journey, because the cool thing was when George Lucas, the guy who created the film and stuff, when he wrote the script and wrote the plot, he developed it off of the hero's journey, which is a classic archetypal journey that a lot of literature is based off of. Like Lord of the Rings is another prime example of it, and it's this movie is kind of supposed to represent like taking Luke out of his comfort zone of Tatooine and just being a farmer's boy and just doing whatever his aunt and uncle said, and then actually going and taking not too much responsibility, because everything's kind of just happening to him at once, but he's just like he's steering into the skid of this, like the turn of his events of his life, and he's like, you know what, I'm just keep on going, keep on getting stronger. And then in the next movie, The Empire Strikes Back, that's when he faces the consequences of his actions, and he gets fucked up, dude. Like, just wait until you watch episode 5. The next time you do, whatever it might be even later tonight, who knows. It's hella fucking good. Like, it's my favorite out of the entire thing, because Luke just goes through the fucking like trenches. It's great.
Is that when the I'm your father thing goes down? Because I thought that was gonna go down here.
Nah, it goes down in the next.
You know, I don't want to like spoil that for myself. Like, I'm pretty sure I know what goes down with all that, but I'm just gonna pretend like I don't.
Yeah, just try to go in with fresh eyes.
Like,
don't think about it. Yeah. And then, because when the moment comes, it still hits me.
Yeah,
I still know it. Like,
and that's in the next one.
Yeah, that's in the next
one.
one.
Might have to watch that.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Might have to.
It's just like because that's the movie that's like it breaks the bitch.
Yeah.
And then the movie after that, she's a badass.
Yep.
And like that's what you have to do. Like
that's like his big coming of age moment.
Yeah, you gotta come out of your comfort zone, and then you gotta break the bitch inside of you, and then through that adversity dawns the greatness, and then you become a badass. It's cool character development.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? And a bunch of space blasters. Fancy swords and shit.
I don't know. I still think it's a little dumb.
Oh yeah, it is a little dumb, but
like generally speaking, like it's still, I don't know, part of that little like perception of mine, like this is like kind of nerdy and like stupid. I don't know. I think it's stronger than how much I enjoyed it. But that being said, like I said, I'm not a big movie guy, so it takes a lot for me to get invested in it. But look, I mean, it's just like the scenes were just seem
you're
kind
like
of
a
stupid.
music guy, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Star Wars is very known for having like a very good soundtrack to them. How do you like the music?
I couldn't even tell you. I don't remember. Yeah, I was not paying attention. I don't know. Like it's just the whole time, like every scene that was happening, I was like, this is just kind of stupid. Like that one where they're on that little bridge thing and.
Yeah, and they like swing across.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Like, okay, here's a big thing for me was. Every time they were shooting at someone, they was getting kills. Every time they got shot at, which is a whole lot, like literally, like none of the shots land.
Stormtroopers always miss.
Or they just have like horrible aim or something. Like literally, their job is like for this one exact specific moment. And there's how many of you there like walking in on like 2 dudes?
Yeah, that one scene where like Han Solo was chasing all the stormtroopers.
Yeah,
in this whole ass hallway.
Yeah, it's like why are you running?
Statistically speaking, one guy out of the 100 troops would be able to shoot that guy.
Like they have all this armor on for what? For moments like that. So it's like bruh, of course none of that would have happened if they were able to just kill them the way that like at least make it fair. Yeah. If you're not gonna get hit by their bullets, then why are yours hitting them? You know?
Because they're the main characters.
They're the main characters.
They got that
maybe it has to do with that Force stuff, but I don't know.
How'd you like that? Because you were saying like when they
I thought that was cool.
Force.
Yeah.
It's
I thought that was cool because that was what I thought was cool about Star Wars was
the philosophy.
There's definitely a lot more going on to it than just what we were just talking about, and that's why I thought it was bearable because there was all this little stuff hidden beneath it. But the Force I thought was really dope. That one kind of inner wisdom we all have within us, but it's a long, hard journey to find it. But everyone has it, and it's with you. The whole thing with like, may the Force be with you. Cheers to May 4th.
Oh yeah.
It's like an inevitable part of life that everyone should take with them. So I thought that was cool. Cool to be represented in the movie like that.
100%. Yeah, and then especially the scene with Yoda has the best like.
Still never seen Yoda before.
Yeah, you gotta see Yoda because he's the best way of representing like the kind of like the philosophies of the Force and how he like is like his whole entire thing is like size matters not, and like he's like this like little Muppet.
Yeah.
But he does these like crazy badass things.
Bad, bro.
Which is really cool. I like about that. And yeah, I guess other fun facts of the day. Star Wars, hella great. From the 1970s. The other two movies came out in the 80s, so that was like during the trilogy. That was like when it became like the most influential. And yeah, kind of just go check it out for yourselves. Really, teach yourselves it. I don't really like being the guy who like is the gatekeeper of like franchises and like fan stuff of like you need to know this, you need to know that.
Yeah.
I like to give recommendations and stuff, but I really try to have people explore it.
Tastes are too subjective. It's just
very true.
Let people find what they want to find. Sometimes they need a little push, but
exactly. And the beauty of it is like seeing people discover what they like for themselves. Like, if they do like what you like, the ability to witness someone be like, yo.
And how like diverse that is, like at the end of the day.
And you don't want to fuck that up by being like, did you see that? Like, did you see it? Like, no, just let them do it, And that could go not just for Star Wars, but like for music and albums and shit like that.
Definitely.
So yeah, always be polite when you're putting people on. Is I guess the fun fact. So yeah. Well, may the Force be with you, Patrick.
Yeah, you as well.